Hello everyone, thanks for tuning in to today's video. Going to have a look at the weather. Next 10 to 14 days for today's video. Day 10 will take us to the 17th of December, and we'll be able to extend out beyond that with the GFS and ECM ensembles. Big return of weeks. We'll have a look at the CFS V2 at the end of the next 4 weeks, and that gets us into the new year. Wow. I shall get time back for you in a moment. Just to say that the first video release today was our 6 AM UK weather forecast, and we've also released European Outlook as well, so please like, share, subscribe on all of today's videos and content, and thank you so much everybody for doing that. We're going to have the next sort of Christmas countdown for you this evening. Wow. So that's to come. Right, now, if you want the chance to win our Christmas bundle, and there it is in all of its glory, we're giving away the GavsWeatherVids Christmas mug, the GavsWeatherVids Christmas coaster, a Christmas decoration, and a £15 Amazon voucher. All you need to do is email me at GavsWeatherVids@gmail.com, and I shall ensure that your name is entered onto the name picker. And on Sunday's live stream, somebody is going to be winning our Christmas bundles. So you've got to be in it to win it, and it doesn't cost anything to send an email. So just email me and let me know that you'd like to be put on the name picker, and I shall enter you into our prize draw. And somebody is going to have Gav in their stocking on Christmas morning. Wow. Nice little Christmas bundle. So good luck, everybody. Remember, UK resident only. Please, that does include Channel Islands, Isle of Man, etc. Right, okay. And I'm also going to say hello and thank you so much to my good friend Shiram Pamu, who sent me a donation through our PayPal page yesterday. So thank you so much, Shiram. That's incredibly kind and generous of you. Thank you so much. If you'd like to give a donation to GavsWeatherVids, we say you can buy the merch, by the way. So obviously only one person will be winning the merch, but if you would like the mug and the Christmas decoration and also the coaster, it doesn't include the Amazon voucher. That's just a one-off of the competition. But if you would like, the coaster and the decoration and the lovely mug, then it's £15 for the free. So just send £15 to our to our PayPal, and that's saying let me know that you would like that merch as well, please. So and then I will send that out to you. Right, so thanks to Shiram. You can give a donation without wanting any merch as well. So thank you so much to Shiram for your donation, Shiram. And visit the GavsWeatherVids PayPal page. The link is in the description with the video. Thank you so much to Shiram, and thank you so much to everybody for all of their support throughout this year. Been unbelievable way you supported the channel once again this year. Thank you so much, everybody. Right, okay, going to start off with central temperature. Remember, CT ticked down yesterday, actually a little bit, went back to 1.9, which is 2.6 degrees below 61 to 99 average. And as I said, that is that is provisional to yesterday, to the 6th of December. That's going to start rising up now as the weather is becoming milder, but also wetter and windier. These were GFS upper air temperature and precipitation ensembles for next couple of weeks. We're at Darwin today. So the red line is the 30-year upper air temperature average for Darwin. And we're starting off with above average temperatures at the moment. I think my voice is going to go. We're starting off with above average temperatures at the moment. Going to be a bit up and down, but overall I think over the next few days it's going to be relatively mild. A little bit of a cool little colder snap maybe opening up there sometime around the 13th to the 15th of December. And then we go back up with the upper air temperatures again. Possibly signs of a drop right at the very end as we approach Christmas. But of course that is a very long way off. Now it is notable that a change of the weather is coming. So we're starting off with a lot of precipitation spikes. Very wet today, and going to be more heavy rain to come over the weekend and into next week as well. However, we clearly, from around the middle of December onwards, have a drier drier trend appearing through here. So obviously things are going to be going drier, and that indicates high pressure developing. So the upper air temperatures are lifting up with that area of high pressure, but on the surface that doesn't necessarily correlate to particularly warm weather under high pressure this time of the year. We see the change here as well with the sea level pressure ensemble graph. So again, we're starting off with low pressure at the moment, between 990 and 1,000 millibars. But look where we are by the middle of December. We're going up with a lot of those ensemble members to around 1,040 millibars in Darwin. So a change is a-coming. Temperature anomalies from the 7th to the 15th of December going to be above average. Second week of December looking milder than normal. And precipitation anomalies from the 7th to 15th of December, they're coming out wetter than average in the north, but nearer normal further south. The latest wind from that from earth.nullschool.net shows got a big area of low pressure driving weather today to the west of the UK and Ireland. There's the centre of it, and active weather fronts pushing across the country, bringing wet and windy weather with it. Okay, let's start going through the chart data. The first one we're going to look at is the new model. Now, on the live stream yesterday, I said that we've got a new model to go up. We love a new model, don't we, everybody? This is the KMA. This is from Korea, not North, not Kim. This isn't coming from Kim Jong-un. This is coming from South Korea. And I think there's a connection of the UK Met with this as well, by the way. Okay, so we're starting off on the 7th of December, so that's today, of course. Let's go to 72 hours. So we'll start off on the 10th of December, looking unsettled, plenty of low pressure coming in from off the Atlantic, more low pressure into next week. That low pressure then starts sinking southwards and allows a ridge to build to the west. That's going a little bit cold as well, so that's that little cold snap I talked about on the ensemble graph that's starting to open up. Until around the 13th, 14th of December, that low pressure clears way into the continent. We build in a ridge behind it and pull wind in to a rather colder northeasterly. Then a high pressure sort of sitting around the country as we go into the middle part of December. Big area of high pressure there, so that's a nice winter anticyclone. Probably relatively mild with the upper air temperature, but the kind of thing that could deliver some frost and fog, especially as we have pretty chilly air setting in before that high pressure builds strongly. And that's the scenario at the end of the KMA run, which gets us to the 19th of October with high pressure still well and truly in its section. So big change there from the deluge, from the unsettled weather to a much more drier anticyclonic signal. Right, okay, let's have a look at UK Met Euro run then. Again, starting off on Sunday, low pressures are all dominating weather. We're actually between 2 hours of low at midnight on Sunday, but the next low is waiting in winds. That zips through during Sunday, moving out of the way into Monday, and further low pressure keeps on coming right the way then to Thursday, as far as we get to with the UK Met Euro run. Looking unsettled, although a little bit of a ridge started to build up from the southwest, but we don't really get that colder snap, I don't think, or not as much anyway, with the UK Met. We're very quickly back into those flat westies, so not as much of a build of pressure up to the 14th of December with the UK Met, but not as chilly either. Right, okay, that's that one done. Icon, again, between areas of low pressure midnight on Sunday, more low pressure driving through the sunny south, and the low pressure keep on coming into a part of next week as well. Winds eventually pulling into a cooler or a colder northeasterly though by the time we get through to the middle of next week. Doesn't last long. Winds then back into the west again as we get up to the 14th of December as we go with Icon. Looking relatively mild, bring the wind in from off the Atlantic. It is a little bit dry, especially for southern and west regions, probably a bit unsettled up in the north. The GFS midnight run, again with these areas of low pressure in the ascendancy and in control through the weekend and through into the beginning of next week. Middle of next week sees that low pressure starting to sink southwards and a ridge beginning to build behind it. So by the time it's through to Thursday, a rather strong 13-14, but rather stronger build of high pressure coming up from the southwest there. And then the GFS midnight run really goes to town with big area of high pressure. So this is very different to like what UK Met and an Icon was showing, which is more westerly more westerly based. This actually builds high pressure strongly over and to the east of the country, so that pulls the wind in from off the Atlantic. So although the upper air temperatures with that area of high pressure are relatively mild actually, on the surface, these are the dew points, they're looking pretty cold. The continent looks cold, the air is coming in off the continent, and so that is very suggestive as we go into that weekend of 16th, 17th September. Of an inversion, which remember that's where it's milder aloft but cold on the surface, and that's a perfect recipe for frost and fog for the gruesome twosome. So maybe we'll have a little bit of mid-December gruesomeness going on. Beyond that, well, the high pressure really strengthens to around 1,045 millibars right over the top of the country there. Then high pressure staying in control and in the ascendancy right the way through to the very end. Notice it's really cold air digging back into northern Europe again. So the cold Scandinavian Nordic winter continues there. This trough of low pressure bringing a blast of very cold air down from the north. We're on the periphery of that, protected by the area, protected by the area of high pressure. I'll show you the upper air temperature. This is 23rd of December, so we're getting to Christmas Eve with this. And look how on the periphery we are. We've actually got the -5 Celsius iceberg there on the East Coast, but notice most of Europe really plunged into the freezer there for Christmas. So interesting on the eve of Christmas Eve. If we could get, it looks like high pressure trying to reach Scandinavia, so if we could get a Scandinavian high going, that could get very, very interesting. Okay, GFS 6Z again, low pressures in the ascendancy in control over weekend and into next week as well. The change comes from around Wednesday, Thursday, the low pressure dies southwards into continent. Its ridge builds from the Azores up to Scandinavia, and ultimately the Russian high, the Siberian high, which is up to 1,060 millibars there into Russia. So a large ridge of high pressure, large area of high pressure develops for the second half of next week, and that starts to pull the wind in from an easterly direction off the continent. The easterly is not originating from like the Urals, not originating from Russia, so it won't be that cold, but it will still be pretty cold if that comes off. Again, we see that the upper air temperatures are relatively mild, but the surface temperature, the dew point, actually looks really quite cold, and most parts of Europe as well looking very, very cold there. And the high pressure rain continues to dominate weather, so suggestive of inversion and frost and fog, an extended period of cold, frosty, foggy weather is likely under that area of high pressure. And then, look what happens as we get to the very end of GFS 6Z. We start to take that high pressure into retrogression and pull it out into the Atlantic. So by Christmas Eve, 23rd of December, as far as we go, we're beginning to set in a northerly blast. And that could well be a cold Christmas if that came off, I think. How interesting. Remember, that's 384 hours away, so it is a long way out. If you enjoyed the video, please do like, share, subscribe, and show everybody to do that. Why not drop a comment? Let us know what you think about this little videos. And don't forget to tell friends about GavsWeatherVids. Thanks so much, everybody, for doing that. Don't forget to email GavsWeatherVids@gmail.com if you'd like to be entered into our prize draw. We have a channel that gives back, everyone. So, but we always like a competition. We always like to give people a chance to, win something, and we're giving away our Christmas merch and also £15 Amazon voucher this year. So thank you so much. Okay, GM, and by the way, we don't need to put around 20 subscribers, less than that I think now, to get to 17.4k. So subs are moving quickly. A lot of interest in weather as always at this time of the year. So please give us a sub so your friends and family to subscribe and help get us to 17.4k. Okay, GM again. Excuse me, we're between areas of low pressure on Sunday at midnight But more low pressure drives in through Sunday itself. Low pressure stays in control essentially through to the middle next week. And then second half next week, low pressure drives southwards. The ridge tries to build from the southwest to the northeast, but still quite a lot of energy in the North Atlantic actually. So flatter and more westerly with the GM. Not that strong build of pressure there, but we see with the GFS runs until we get to the very end, and then maybe a little bit more influence of high pressure from the south, but still even then quite unsettled up in the north, and still drawing up this southwesterly as well. So the GM is more unsettled and also milder as we go into the second half next week and the weekend of the 16th and the 17th of December. And then the ECM once more with low pressure in control in the ascendancy through weekend and into next week as well. Eventually, by the middle of next week, the low pressure is diving southeastwards. We start to pull in a cooler or a colder north or northeasterly. And then into the second half of next week, where high pressure trying to build up, take over, but its position is still to the southwest. So this is, again, it's a milder scenario, much more of a coaching into that southwesterly wind. Possibly just about closest to the high pressure for the far south, get an inversion going, but really, I think that's just dragging lots of cloud and mild air from, from the Atlantic, from the Azores, and that's the setup at day 10. High pressure is basically centred over France, but it is bridging into southern parts of England. So drier trend away from the northwest of Scotland, and also mild. So the GFS is probably a little bit isolated, actually, in how strongly and centrally it is located in that area of high pressure. Most of the other models are just looking drier and very mild, actually, not, suggesting inversion. Up to day 10. Things might change after that, of course. This is a precipitation forecast based on the ECM run from TemPetShow.com. Very wet, windy today, obviously, and there is a little bit of hill snow involved in that as well. More wet weather piling in from off the Atlantic on Saturday, then back showery conditions, and further wet weather driving through on Sunday as well. Going to be a very unsettled weekend. That takes into a showery scenario for the early part of next week. Gradually things start drying out, though, through the middle part of next week. Then we go dry away from the far northwest of Scotland anyway, generally drier, pulling up those winds from that mild southwesterly direction with high pressure centred over France. These are the actual table within the ECM Ensemble Day 4, Day 10, that's 17th of December. 19 members of the ECM Ensemble with high pressure sitting over the country quite strongly, so mostly dry. And I think the position of the high pressure there probably keeps us relatively cool, actually. We'll probably get frost and fog with that. We've got 13 with high pressure again, ridging from the southwest up to the northeast. That could bring some frost and fog as well, although the northwest is still a little bit plagued by westerly winds from off the Atlantic. We've got 10 just here with high pressure out to our west. So with that one bringing more of a northeasterly flow, maybe. There's all variations of where that high pressure is going to be sitting, really. We've got 5 here. I don't know if this includes the operational run, but it might do, with high pressure to the southwest, low pressure out to the northwest. So that's a milder scenario, winds in from southwest. And then we've got 4 with high pressure more or less right over the country, slightly to the north. Again, that would suggest some frost and fog as well. So it's all down to where that high pressure is going to be sitting that day 10 as the weather type we get. In 2 weeks' time, these are the options that we've got. It will get us to the 22nd of December. 23 members of the ECM Ensemble going back to unsettled weather then. Low pressure coming in from off Atlantic, but it would be pretty mild with winds in from the southwest. We have 17 with high pressure out to our west, low pressure to the east. So with that, we're just on the periphery of cold conditions. Actually, most parts of Europe there would be turning cold. Notice this big block here up to the northeast. And then we have also got this option, 11 members of the ECM Ensembles, again with low pressure to our west, high pressure towards Scandinavia. That's very close, start pulling colder air from the east, but still probably bring up like more of a southwesterly type flow, but wouldn't take much of an adjustment, start getting air in from the east. So a range of options, all involving where that high pressure is sitting at day 10. And then beyond that, as we move up towards the Christmas period, we're going to have to wait and see what happens. And then with CFS V2 finally, it's a 500 millibar height and line breakdown into week periods. First week period takes from the 7th, 13th of December. So the next week looks unsettled with low pressure in from off the Atlantic. Week 2 will be the 14th to 20th of December. Again, high pressure is towards Scotland, so mostly dry and a little bit on the cold side with that. I think that will be suggesting frost and fog and bringing the wind in from more of a northeasterly direction. Week 3 it's going to be the 21st, 27th of December over Christmas. Scandinavian high with low pressure down to southwest. Again, not that far away from bringing an easterly there, but the low pressure from southwest could keep wind in from more of a southeasterly. But, you know, for Christmas, that's quite interesting setup, I have to say. And then week 4 gets us to the 28th of December to the 3rd of January. Low pressure then returns to the north with high pressure down towards Spain, and we go back into a westerly flow. So we'll see about that. Okay, we're done. If you've enjoyed the video, please can you like, share, subscribe. Thank you so much everyone for doing that. Why not drop a comment? Let us know what you think about this and all of our videos. And don't forget to tell friends about GavsWeatherVids. Thank you so much everyone for doing that. As I say, less than 20 subscribers now will get us to 17.4k. That being exciting. Ultimate target is 18k, of course. But take us a little while to get there. Right, thank you so much, everybody, for watching day 10 to 14 day. Just to say that I've got the next sort of Christmas countdown. That will be on the way for you, probably around 7ish this evening. And then tomorrow, 6 AM UK weather forecast, JMA Friday, 10 to 14 day. And if all of that wasn't enough, we will be live at 10:30 with the pub run. I shall see you for a little bit of giddiness, maybe, at 10:30 tomorrow night. You enjoy the rest of your Thursday, and for this one, that's all for now, folks, and thanks for watching.